Kevin Rudd says Turnbull's decision not to support his bid for UN job will hurt the PM's global standing. Writing for The Guardian Australia, Mr. Rudd outlined a point plan to reinvent the UN which he described as in danger of drifting into irrelevance. It comes after Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull knocked back Mr. Rudd's request the Australian government nominate him to replace Ban Ki-moon as UN Secretary-General. Mr. Rudd wrote that while the UN was not broken, it was in trouble. The UN, like many old institutions both national and international, is being overwhelmed by the major systemic changes and challenges now buffeting the international community at large, he said. But this is compounded by the fact that the UN has a 20th century institutional structure and culture, struggling to adapt to new 21st century realities. And the common concern for those who care about the institution's future is that if it fails to adapt, the UN is likely to slowly slide into the shadowlands. Included in Mr. Rudd's point plan was the need to boost equality. We need a UN where women are at the center of the totality of its agenda, not just parts of it, so that their full human potential can be realized as a matter of social justice. And because to fail to do so will further undermine peace, security, development and human rights, he said. We also need a UN where the youth of the world have their voices heard at the center of the UN's councils, not simply as some sort of paternalistic afterthought, so that youth can help shape a future of genuine hope for the billions of people today aged under 25. Mr. Rudd also claimed the UN wrote too many reports. We need a UN which attaches first priority of field operations over head office, he said. The UN of the future will be judged on its performance in the field in saving lives and transforming life opportunities for the world. Last month, Mr. Turnbull said he did not believe Mr. Rudd was well suited to the Secretary-General role. The decision was later slammed by Mr. Rudd as a monstrous intrusion in domestic politics. It is no small thing when the Prime Minister of Australia stands up and says that one of his prime ministerial predecessors is unsuitable to be considered as a candidate for UN Secretary-General, he told the Australian News. Oz privacy policy includes important information about our collection, use and disclosure of your personal information, including to provide you with targeted content and advertising based on your online activities. It explains that if you do not provide us with information we have requested from you, we may not be able to provide you with the goods and services you require. It also explains how you can access or seek correction of your personal information, how you can complain about a breach of the Australian privacy principles and how we will deal with a complaint of that nature.